All right,
Yeah.
all right, it's recording now too from the jump because we missed 8 minutes out of the first one.
So just do free Adobe and then hit enter. What?
Like it cut you off mid sentence too.
I know, man.
Leave it
Yeah, but
alone.
I was talking about behind the bit though, and like right there, I think the last episode they were talking about. Dan was talking about doing the podcast Time Suck, and then that's
Yeah.
whenever I started listening to Time Suck, and then the rest. It's so funny though too, because it's like he started doing Time Suck, and then from there, that's whenever I started doing like my business in Georgia, and because I owned a handyman business for a number of years, and then after that, got married, went to the island for a number of years, had a baby, then then like moved up to Iowa for a year, and now we're up here. It's a lot of shit since he started his podcast.
Well, I came about probably 2 years into it. Like the first episode I even heard that the time suck was the pedophile island. He was on Preston and Steve in Philly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And then I was hooked from there. And then what worked out for me is when I moved up here and all that stuff, I delivered medical equipment up in the Poconos. So I literally got paid to drive around the Poconos all day with hours in between stops and stuff like that. So that's how I caught up on the back catalog of that. That's how I got caught up on Skatcast because it took me, I was about 6 months behind on that to jump in on it. So yeah, that's how I was able to crash on a bunch of these long ones that have huge back catalogs.
Yeah.
Like it'll probably take me 2 years to get through Crime and Sports and Small Town Murder.
Dude, I was just thinking about something kind of similar to what you were saying, but like somebody had posted about how like, oh man, they've got so much to catch up on or whatever, and I've always been just listening, so it's like every week I'm just like, God damn it, where's the next episode? Like, you know, like that's been me for like the entire time. You know, it's not like sometimes, you know, how you're able to let a couple episodes come out of a show.
Yeah.
And then you watch it, and then after you watch it, you're like, why'd I do that to myself? Now I have to wait for more episodes to come out.
Well,
like I just did that with Reacher. I was like, nope, I'm just gonna wait for like all the episodes to come out, just like I did last time. And then like I was just like cleaning the kitchen, and I was like, oh, like I'll put something on in the background. Next thing I know, I'm like standing there with a mop in front of the TV.
I know in the new year I gotta jump into like Yellowstone and stuff. So I've been going back and watching like older like the older stuff because I can put Parks and Rec, I can put How I Met Your Mother, Sons of Anarchy, and stuff like that on in the background and just do what I normally do. But to like actually focus down on like lunch break and put it on in the background, I've been rewatching My Name Is Earl and Raising Hope. I forgot half of those stuff that happened in those shows.
Yeah. Oh man, My Name Was Earl. That was slide. God, that's such a good show.
I watched the entire thing. Turns out I only watched the first season.
Man, dude, I'm telling you, I love living in a weed legal state. Oh my God,
dude, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm in an ass backwards state about every law.
Oh my God, I love it, man. My neighbor friend, he's like, I love how, because he's from California, and he's like, I love how you get excited every time you come back from the weed shop. I'm just because I'm not desensitized to that. You know what I'm saying? Like this is new to me because I've always had to hide it or whatever else, or have like, you know, a fear about having it or something, you know, and yeah, like up here, I'm just sitting here smoking. The other day, I watched. There was like this whole thing that went on across the street. It's like, so like we have this fence, right? Now this fence, it's a real fence, but in our minds, it's like an imaginary fence that holds back all the bad shit from the trailer park that's over there. Okay,
it's a barrier.
So yeah, it's like I don't know.
It's a like, hillbilly barrier.
Yeah. So anyways, they're like over at this other house, this I don't know. These people have been crazy the entire time we moved in here. But like, so over there, they were losing it. I think this was yesterday. Yeah. But they were just like losing it. Like, I mean, like screaming, like like type shit. Right. So, I seriously was on my phone about to call 911 because it was like getting to the point, and then like their friend was like trying to get involved and all this other type of stuff, and then like the dude jumped in his car and just drove off, and then like hit one of the people, and like they kind of bounced, and yeah, he drove off, and I was like, well, shit, somebody's getting fucking arrested today. And so I walked inside to finish up the dishes. I came back out after about an hour to go to come out here and smoke a cigarette, and I saw one police car. I saw another police car, and I saw another police car, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I looked over at his house, and he came out the door, and as soon as he came out the door, there was a cop like waiting, like on like right there by his like little stairs, and he's like, "Hands up!" And he's like, the guy was like, "What? I didn't do nothing. What are you here for?" Like, you know, it was crazy, man. And then like, oh man, all of a sudden, like all those cop cars were just. Woo! But the thing is, I'm sitting here smoking my bowl, watching this whole thing, and I don't feel any fear at all. Like I'm just like I'm in the right here. Like I'm not doing anything wrong, and I feel 100% okay about this.
There you go.
Like that sounds like Milwaukee where I live, because we're rivaling Chicago, and we're way smaller than Chicago when it comes to like crime and murders and shit like that. But it's really weird. First time I ever met anyone from Scatcast, I went down to Chicago to go bowling with the Wizard, Paul Folks, and Renee, and we were just sitting in the parking lot, and Paul's like, "Hey, you want to have some Washington weed?" And I'm like, everything I get is the best. Like tonight when we smoked, we all took 2 hits. Everyone took 2 hits, and every single person besides me was like, "What the fuck did you do to me?" And I'm like, they're like, "No, I'm high as fuck." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's because I get good shit."
See, I wish I could get that joy out of smoking. Like there was an I got smoked out one weekend because I thought I was going to jail. So everybody I knew, literally the entire weekend, fat lunch joints, the whole thing. And since that point, when I smoke, I don't get high. But if you give me a small amount of edibles, I am a zombie.
See, like I'll take like 30 milligrams and be like, it feels like I took 1 hit off a pipe.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
just
like, it was
going, but
whenever it comes to edibles, I mean, you know, we all know like it affects you differently because of, you know, it going through your actual your bloodstream and everything else. But yeah, like edibles will fuck you up for sure. But me, whenever it comes to like smoking like herb, dude, I could smoke herb like constantly, and there'd be I get stoned, and it's great. But if I really want to get stoned, then I got to smoke like some wax or something like that.
Yeah,
but
like, I'm like, it never got me high. Like I took like 4 or 5. Like I'm not even like any higher than I was before. Like it's fine. But that was a long time ago, and I'm smoking a lot. So
here recently, I did try some that like, dude, put me on my ass. Like, so, God, it was called oh man, something cream cake. It was wedding cream cake. That's what it was. Wedding cream cake. Yeah. So I go in there and I go to the same spot every time. Sativa Sisters, it's right up the street from me. Like those guys know me in there. I have like a little account, you know what I'm saying, with saving up my points. So I go in there and I was like, the guy was like, what are you looking for? And I told him, I was like, well, I'm just looking for some dank stuff like today. He's like, because let me explain this. Like this shop is awesome.
When you say dank stuff, I see what you mean. You're like, dude, I want to get really fucking high.
Yeah, that's yeah. But like I went in there one time and I asked him, because they always ask you, what are you smoking for? And so I'm just like, I'm watching Harry Potter today. Bro was like, I got you.
Oh, dude,
like,
that's
so like this time I go in there and he was like, "What you looking for?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm looking for something. Dang, like I want to get in the couch." And he's like, "I got you." And so he hands me that wedding cream cake. And so I come home and I just gotten off work. I come home, I'm sitting out here on my porch, and yeah, I just do my normal thing, load my bowl up, and I take a hit, and I'm just kind of playing on my phone, and all of a sudden, like my head starts to hurt, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is my head hurting? And like I just kind of like look up for a second, and I was just like, oh shit, like I need to breathe. I fucking forgot to breathe, dude. So I like with that hit, I had held it in, and I just kept holding it in. I never breathed or never started breathing again. So like, dude, like my head was hurting because I wasn't fucking breathing like an idiot. Like I was so stoned that I'm just like, and then I breathed out, dude, and I was just like, holy shit. Dude, that bowl fucked me up. I was like, this is some good shit. But I went back in there because I tried smoking a hit of it. Excuse me. The next day, before I went into work. No, absolutely not. Like I went back to the weed shop the very next day and I was like, I need to grab some frou-frou shit. Like I need to just get something like easy because I can't smoke that before work. Huh?
I know you wouldn't. I know you're a professional and you would never say this, but just for the sake of the story, it's kind of one of those things where like you walk back and you're like, "Hey, that was fun and all, but like, do you guys have like some mid grade or like swag?"
Like, yeah,
like I like to get hot, but that was too much.
That hurt my brain.
Yeah, no, they have some stuff in there because I literally told the guy, I was like, and even whenever I went back, he was like, "You want some more of that?" And I was like, no. Let's move down to this side of the counter. Like,
we got Carissa bought the shit she bought. She bought two different types. Because she called me and was like, she's like, I'm going to a dispensary. I've never bought flour before. She's like, I need some help. And she's like, oh, Eason fucking knows about weed. I'm gonna call him. So I'm at work, like just finishing like the back of a vehicle, like while I'm like getting ready to leave. And she's like, well, what should I buy? And I was like, well, something like this or something like that. I was like, Super Silver Haze is a good one if you want sativa, shit like that. And I'm like, sativa is always the best. Just go for that because we're going to be hanging out. No one needs to like, you know what I mean?
That was the entire time I visited Seattle.
Yeah. So she goes and gets.
We just got back from there, yeah.
It was pretty good. Now looking at it, and one of hers was 32.5% THC.
What?
One of them was 28.6 or something like that. And the stuff that I have,
sativa?
Yeah. Well, one's a sativa hybrid. One is mostly sativa dominant.
Yeah.
But the stuff I have, we smoked her stuff, and it was like, yeah, cool, we're high. But like my stuff was like, where are we? Are you real? Is this a thing?
So did you just called yourself Eason?
Yeah, I know. I can't say my last name regularly since the ice walls. When Zach fucked it up.
God. Every time that they go over that, I just start cracking up because I think that there was I think one of the first calls we all had on Facebook, I had asked you, I was like, is it Eason or is it Essen? You're like, it's Essen. I was like, oh, okay. And then every time after that, like, dude, I would just start cracking the fuck up, dude. Like, oh my God, that shit's so funny. And then, like, I can't remember who had said it. If you had sent in a message or something or like that.
It was in the inside shit that I mentioned
okay.
you.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't even fucking like hear your name. Like if I hear your name regularly, like I can't deal with it. Like, no, it's just Easton. Like it's Easton to me. And I'm even to me, I'm like, someone at work, like, hey, Essen. And I'm like, still working, doing stuff. They're like, acid. I'm like, still working, doing stuff. They're like, hey, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, you were talking to me? Like, I don't even realize my last name anymore because it's supposed to be Eason now. And I'm cool with it.
What do y'all both do?
We are gonna drink and smoke and listen to music for the rest of the nights.
What do you do for work, bro?
Oh, what do I do for work?
Tech.
Oh, really? Sleep app tech?
Yeah, I've set up people who would sleep because job opening came, and earlier this year I got put on a CPAP, and it's the best decision I ever made in my life. So they're like, job opening. So you already know the stuff because you're using it. Do you want the job? I said, yes, I do.
How do you like sleep with that thing?
Honestly, it's not as bad as people think. You get the sleep study. We figure out how severe it is for you. Because regardless of what it is, at the very bottom, if you do have sleep apnea, even if you're on the lower levels, that means you suffocate a certain amount per hour. So we're trying to fix that. So I know for me, I couldn't deal with the big thing over my face. I thought the machine was going to be loud. I thought it was going to be a nightmare. Turns out the machines are smaller. They're quieter. And not all the masks are ones that go over your face or the top of your head. I have a hybrid one where my nose sits on a cradle and it just forms a seal over my mouth. And to be honest with you, it took 3 days for me to 3 days for me to use it. And once I started using it and I actually got the sleep I needed, my brain was like, okay, dumb fuck, this is how we're going to do this now. You might be annoyed for 5 minutes when you put it on, but since I've been using it, I fall asleep within 5 minutes because the air actually is helpful that way. I stay asleep. I don't toss and turn as much as I used to, so the hose doesn't get wrapped around me. Plus, there's other ways around that as well. Like, when I was a teenager, I had my tonsils and adenoids taken out, and I had a heart attack, and they couldn't figure out what it was from.
Wait, you had a heart attack?
A small one. Like, not a crazy one, a small one. They could never figure out what it was from because I was skinny. I'm sorry? I was skinny. Sorry.
It still counts.
Yeah, I was skinny. I was in shape. I didn't eat a lot of junk food. I'm not a person who eats a lot of sweets, and they couldn't figure out what caused it. Since I've been learning about this, I'm 100% it's because of that, because I stopped breathing, and eventually my body was just like, yeah, we give up. Because I used to snore so loud, and my airway would close so much that one of the big signs is if you sleepwalk or sleep talk or do anything like that, that's a big sign because your body's trying to fight to open it up, to open that airway up so you don't suffocate and die. What I used to do is get up and be cooking stuff in the middle of the night or in the neighbor's pool, and I wouldn't remember a bit of it.
What?
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So I get the sleep I need now, and it's leading to more refreshing. I'm not tired. I don't feel sick in the morning. I don't get tired as much as I used to in the middle of the day. Like, it's fucking crazy, and we all sound like we're in a cult because, well, I'm in this cult, but it sounds to be cultish that once you start using it, it actually works. We all sound like crazy people, but it works.
Yeah, because my wife said that. She said that, and she's a doctor. Well,
Yeah.
she's a veterinarian. She's a veterinarian, but still a doctor. And
Yeah.
she was like, you need to check on your shit because.
Let me ask you a couple questions. Do you snore?
Elegant.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'll snore tonight because I'm drinking.
Yeah. Ask your wife while you're sleeping if you stop breathing or if you grind your teeth or talk in your sleep.
Yeah, I talk in my sleep, and she said that I stopped breathing, but.
Talk to your doctor about getting this. And I know I sound like I'm at work now. Talk to your doctor about getting a sleep study. Trust me. Trust me. Once if it is something
I'll check it out.
If it is something you need, the difference between not using it and using it, night and day.
I'll check it out. I mean, if it's like what you say, then if it's better for me. My only thing is, like, I have like the way that I sleep.
Yeah,
it's like I'm almost like a rotisserie chicken.
That's the exact verbiage I used to. I tell when I talk to patients. I used to refer to myself as the rotisserie chicken because I used to spin all night. Now, because I can actually sleep good now, when I fall asleep in one one way. I usually wake up in the same position, but there's also different masks that would clip to the top of your head and would swivel. So if you do toss and turn, it moves with you, so the hose doesn't wrap around you.
Dude, I'm definitely gonna check it out, bro. Seriously.
It's worth a
All
shot
right,
in the dark.
Easton.
What do you do
Easton, what do you do?
besides
I
kick
am
dicks?
I am a professional detailer.
Like
And
car detail or what?
anything actually, but mainly cars. But anything. I've done boats, jet skis, everything. Campers. I've done buses. Everything. I've been doing it for about a decade. No, a little over a decade at this point. So yeah, like paint correction. Usually I don't get paid for paint correction. Like right now I am managing a dealership in our area, and Justin actually works with me. So yeah, that's what I do. I clean people's fucking garbage and I make their cars look. And if you want it to look really good, depends on how much you pay me. So if it's just regular rates, yeah, it's gonna be okay. But if you want to pay extra, I'll make it look good. But I've worked at detail shops like Ferraris, Lambos, shit like that. Like,
That's good. That's awesome.
hey, it's cool, but like there was never enough work, and they still didn't really like technically pay quite enough. Like, you know, I'd be working on a job. My last job that I left, the boss, she had only owned the business. Well, she'd only been detailing for like 2.5 years or so. And I was like, well, let me help you. And it turns out she knows a lot of my friends, which is kind of cool. But she's like, all right, we're doing this shit. And we do a ceramic coat or something. And she's like, you know, we got to do paint correction. We got to polish it. We got to clean it. And then we got to actually do the ceramic. And I'm like, yeah, I understand how this works. You don't have to tell me the process every time. I've been doing it for 5 years already. But then she'd be like, oh yeah, you know, so it's like, well, my problem, and it's my fault for thinking of this. But my problem is like, okay, so I spend 8 hours on that car. You know, I'm getting paid $180 at most, maybe $160, whatever, for the day for that one car, and she's making $1,300 because how much coats and stuff cost. And I'm like, I get it, I understand. I'm making good money. I'm not complaining. However, I need more of this. Like, there needs to be more, and there just was never more. That's why I left that place. Now I'm managing a dealership again, and I said I'd go back to a dealership. My fucking dumbass. I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. So yeah, my thing is professional detailing in any way, shape, or form, pretty much. That's okay. I'm making okay money. I'm not making good hours, but my hourly wage is all right. So I got one thing going for me. It's half the problem is finished.
What do you do, Jose?
You grind.
I am, I mean, technically you consider me right now a professional handyman. Like I work for a company called Mr. Handyman.
Okay.
But I've done.
Got them by us.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
everywhere,
his name.
dude. It's a franchise. It's a franchise.
Right on.
But like I've done every job under the sun, man. Like
Yeah,
I've started selling. I've been a salesman just about all my life, but I've always done, like, I mean, ever since I started selling candy bars door to door, you know what I'm saying, for school. And then like, yeah, I sold Kirby vacuum cleaners. I sold magazines, which those jobs took me across the United States. Whenever I was like I think I was like 18, and I went basically just across the United States, just traveling, and I through 18 through 20 something, I was just traveling across the United States, doing sales job, doing whatever I could and everything else. And then And then yeah, like I've also just been handy. Like my whole family is like handy people. Like my grandpa would buy stuff from a garage sale and then bring it home so that way he could tinker in his garage and fix it up. And I'd help him out with that. That's kind of what led into me kind of doing this whole thing too. And now I have, fuck, dude. Let's see, I'm 35. So like, I mean, like I've been getting paid, like had a job since I was 14. So I've been
Yeah.
working for 21 years now. And like, I've had a lot of different jobs, cutting trees, laying floors. I did roofing for a summer, which I'll never fucking do again.
Nope, me neither.
Like, I mean, like, dude, everything you can think of under the sun, man. I've done clinical work, like, not clinical, clerical work. And, stuff like that. Like, just, I mean, working in an office, that was boring as shit. I'll never do that again. I was a chef for a number of years. Fucking Jesus, dude. Like, I've had my hand. I was a bar back. I was a fucking like a bouncer. I was a like, dude, you fucking name it, man. Like, I've had my hand just about in everything. But like, one of my main traits is I've always been a handyman. I've always been somebody that can fix something, And so, like, yeah, like whenever I went to go talk to these people, whenever we moved up here, my wife actually found this apartment. We moved in here, and then the daycare is like 0.4 miles away. So it's like, it takes me like 2 seconds to get over there. It's right up the street for her daycare. And then like our main office is also right up that way. Right. So it's like 2 minutes that way. So like I drop her off in the morning and then I go to the office or I go to my work or whatever else and then go from there. But man, dude, I get paid so good doing this type of shit for like doing. I mean, like there's always going to be customers, man, where you have to deal with bullshit or whatever. But I love everybody that I work with. Like, I mean, I love the company that I work for. I love that we do a good job and I get paid very, very well. Like, it's just, yeah, I love my job for sure. But the thing is, I can take it anywhere because eventually later on, Kate and I, like, we don't plan on staying around here forever. Like we like to move. We like to go new places and venture. Like we plan on going over to Africa for at least a year. Going over to London maybe for a year. Maybe not necessarily London, but just Europe or somewhere in Europe or whatever else.
That's tight. Is that
definitely
a PBR?
Egypt. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I drink, man. It's funny, like that. Everybody. I've been drinking PBR for like ever since I started really kind of drinking. Like this has been my go-to because I've always hated like Budweiser. I didn't start drinking until I was 24, but the thing is, a friend of mine showed me because I would go and pick him up from he managed a liquor store and I'd go and pick him up sometimes and everything else. This motherfucker didn't have a car because in the town that we lived in, like a lot of people didn't need cars. They just walked everywhere and everything. But anyways, he was like, "You don't drink?" I was like, "Nah, I never really found anything that I liked." And he was like, "I'll get you something." And he got we went back to his house and he had it was like these three different beers, but they had like the pop top on them and everything else and everything. But they were like room temperature. I was like, "I'm not drinking a room temperature beer, dude." And he's like, "No, no, 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 no." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. Let me explain this to you, And so and then I drank it and I was like, holy shit, that was really good. But after that, just for a regular beer, you can't beat PBR 30 packs, dude. $20 for a 30 pack? Come on.
All right, price wise, I see that, but to me, the only beer that's worth drinking is Yingling Lager, and Budweiser makes me want to fight people.
True, I could see that. That's why
Budweiser makes me want to fight myself.
Actually, I'm not a huge beer guy. Like I drink my fair share amount of beer like every week, all the time. Don't get me wrong, but like I don't ever Like if I'm getting a special beer where I'm like, all right, this is like the beer that I like, it's either going to be usually Red Stripe is my favorite. Heineken is a second. Heineken's a bit much, but usually Red Stripe. But if I'm getting just like, if I'm getting a beer just to drink during the week, it's Coors Light because Bud Light tastes like ass and it's water.
Yeah.
Miller Lite tastes more like beer, but it's too much. Coors Light is the porridge that's just right. Me, to my taste.
Yeah, like if I was going with like a specialty beer or anything else, like there's Odell's, which is out of Colorado. They make some really good, huh?
Blue Moon is good.
Blue Moon's good. That's made by Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah, I know. I'm well aware of that. That's didn't say anything about anything else other than just the name of the beer.
But it is a good beer, though. Over a fresh orange slice, hell yeah.
The beer there is out there is made in my fucking state. It's down the street from.
If you happen upon, now they don't have it. They don't generally have it. It's like a special order type thing. I don't even know if they make it anymore, honestly. But
what are you looking
it's called
for?
Monty Python's Holy Grail Ale.
I have fucking had that.
Fucking good, dude. It is really good.
But yes, it is good and it is fucking amazing.
Yeah. You said you can't find it either?
No, yeah, I haven't seen it. Well, I mean, I haven't tried to find it, but like when I'm out,
right.
to look for it. Like if I'm in an actual liquor store or wine depot or someplace, like I'll look for it. But yeah, I haven't seen it. Our battery is dying, Vinny.
I don't know how to fix that. That's not
this
my
is Carissa's
tablet.
thing. Is Carissa still in the bathroom?
Yeah, she's still in the phone.
She's not cheating on
Her
her
and
husband,
Justin
is she?
are on the phone in the spare room.
Oh, they're talking to Don.
Last three people left on this thing.
We got what?
Are we the last three people left on this thing?
Four.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry.
I've been in and out. I had to take care of my dog outside, and the other two are dealing with the whiz.
Well, Hoche showed up, and then everyone else disappeared, and I was like, "Well, I don't. I can't just.
It's my face. It's
just
my face.
I can't be like, "Okay, bye." So I'm like, "All right, well, I'll keep talking to everybody," and then everyone like that is at where we're at would walk by and be like, "Hey, you want to?" Like, I want to go have a cigarette. I haven't had one in like 2 hours. They're like, "Oh no, I'm doing this thing," and I'm like, "All right, I'm part of the thing still." Not like I don't want to. It's not like I don't want to not talk to you guys. It's nothing like that.
You guys want to go outside?
Sure.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. Fucking moving this party.
I'll go outside too. I'll go outside too.
I've got to come out there one day, man, for sure.
Dude, I gotta come out and visit everybody. I'm up here in the middle of Northeast PA by myself. Ain't nobody around here.
Dude, what's funny is I thought that everybody in Skatcast was around fucking Spokane, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm just gonna see everybody. And there is a lot of people around here, but whenever I think, oh god, it was one of our video chats. Whenever I was like, y'all are in fucking Wisconsin, god damn it!
Yeah, we're in Wisconsin. Yeah. I'm so happy. We did it. There's so much going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yay, good job. See? Faith in the simulation. Okay? And it helps. I'm the magic.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait. I can't wait to come visit y'all, man. It's gonna be great.
There's some bullshit. It's snowing out here.
Tents and people to stay at my house. I've got like a whole field in my backyard for people to set up tents and shit, and that's what we did. That's what we've been doing. You guys are always more than welcome to come and hang out. And
what's it feel like up there?
What, right now?
Yeah,
it's pretty cold. It's probably about 30 degrees or so right now.
Yeah, I'm sitting at about 30 and it's flurrying. God damn it.
Are you really?
Fucking freezing.
Yes. It's pretty cold, but it's not snowing, so it's okay.
No, it's not snowing here. It's just kind of cold.
Yeah, I'm in the
fucking. But I mean, yeah, we're in like the 30s, I think.
Yeah.
Hold up.
What?
It's over. It's over. No, it's not over. Don't you give up hope.
We're looking for a Lego piece. Sorry, guys.
Is that not the same color as the door?
It's all the it's just all the way in the back. Just go all the way to the back. You can't get any farther in the house than when you hit the toilet.
Hey, I thought it first. Okay.
Outside now.
See, I already thought you were out here.
I was trying, and then Carissa and Justin were asking me questions. Fucking real. I'm gonna set you guys up in my garden.
So what do you do?
What do I do? Like for work?
Yep.
I'm a lab technician. I test whey samples for dairy companies from all over the world.
Yay!
So you're a person who lives in Wisconsin that plays with cheese all day.
I don't play with cheese. I play with the parts before the cheese happens. The stuff that you need to put into the cheese to make the cheese. Okay, I need to hand you guys off. Here, talk to Justin.
Ah,
Go.
you my face. Hello.
I think I may have offended her.
Yep, we're just a bunch of moving, talking heads. Yeah. We're with you there in spirit.
Right.
Oh yeah, we're hanging in there. I just kind of got forced the tablet of destiny here.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Here
Well, Justin, get yourself acquainted with fucking.
with people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody else came over from the other chat. They're like, all right, we already seen the gift, so let's bail on this fucking thing.
Oh, you know what? Like, I didn't actually get to show what mine was.
What'd you get?
So, like, it's actually hilarious. Like, so Carissa asked me, she was like, so what's your favorite food? And I was like, well, I mean, like, if I really had to pick anything, it's like steak and eggs. And but I was like, I don't know how you're gonna send steak and eggs, or how whoever is gonna send steak and eggs. So
I'm gonna die soon.
I don't know how to plug it in.
She made a shirt.
so they sent me steak and eggs on a shirt.
That's great.
Dude, I was like, oh man, that was brilliant.
That's the charge.
That was good. I was not expecting it, because like whenever I got it's funny because it came in this box too, right here, you know, and this is the infamous clothes box. We all know this box. It's the white JC Penney box. Do you want me to wrap it for you too? Yes, please.
Hey, our battery's like literally gonna die in a second.
All right, man.
Call it a night.
Well,
Talk to y'all
All right,
later.
well, hey,
love you guys. It's been great talking with y'all. Happy Skatmas.
Happy Skatmas. And I'll send you that episode to check out, Hoj.
Yeah, dude. Yes, send that to me, bro.
All right, check y'all
all
later.
right,